Hi, I'm Sudeep Koshi. I'm going to talk to you about a new car, a brand new car that's been on the market for quite a long time. And the first time it impressed me was probably a decade ago. The first time I drove it, and it drove really well. It came through as quite an impressive car. But that car has journeyed a lot, adding more value to it along the way. I'm talking about the Chevrolet Captiva, and it's new for the 2024 edition. And to talk about it more, I have Ali Syed with me, the product manager of Chevrolet Captiva. Hi Ali, welcome. After the test drive of the Chevrolet Captiva, the new one, I have a lot to talk about it, but then today I will let you do the talking.
Thank you very much, Sudeep. This is a pleasure of talking to you guys, and thanks a lot for bringing this opportunity to us to present this wonderful product. Whenever you buy a car, it's one of your next big purchases after your house.
Sure.
So it makes a lot of practical decision and with a mix of emotion. And everybody in the family loves to have an influence on the color, on the design,
Absolutely.
on the make, on the looks of it. Now, a lot of vehicles in this segment, they often give you loads of features, but are they usable? So we took a step back and said, you know what, how can we make it better? Go to the next step. And we brought in more features, which is more practical use for the everyday life of the people who want to drive the Captiva.
So this is a 7-seater, and since when has this been a 7-seater, the Captiva?
Right, so initially we have launched the new Captiva 7 seats in the calendar year 2020, December.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been carrying on with the 7 seats. Now, when you look at the front part of the car, it is so gorgeous. You'll see this is a beautiful chrome running around in the split grille.
Right.
You have now the front camera right below the bow tie, which gives you additional safety options, and a beautiful skirt in the bottom to give you more aerodynamic, which helps you the fuel efficiency. And it's just not a skirt, it has with the finishing of the carbon fiber. So it has the looks, the feel of an appealing styling car. Along with that, what we have done is we have gone and we have changed the headlamps from a normal HID to a LED lamps. Once again, thinking about safety, thinking about being driven in harsh conditions of the Middle East, it makes more sense to have more lit up. And with the LEDs and the daylight running lamp, just like the previous model, which people loved it, we got a lot of compliments on it, we have continued with that. So all in all,
it's quite nice, yeah.
It is beautiful. It's a wraparound LED. Unlike the normal vehicles which has a straight or a curved line, this one has a wraparound because if you are parallel to the vehicle, you can still see the daylight running lamp.
A lot of people have asked me, how does this 360-degree camera work? Can you just tell them how?
Yeah, definitely. So the overall idea, the overall technology of the 360-degree parking is we try to give you an image of video across the vehicle.
Right.
So it's like a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
You are looking on the vehicle from the top and we will see the picture.
Right.
It allows you to see all the side of the car.
Okay.
At the same time, it gives you what is close and what is far. With the sensors, the parking sensors will keep telling you if you're getting close to an unseen, unknown object.
Yeah.
The beauty of the camera is it's facing downwards.
Yeah.
So it's not just giving you the front positioning, it's also telling you what is right below you at the curb. So you don't go on the curb and you don't damage your vehicle.
Right. But this one has enough ground clearance, so it's not much of a worry, but still it's always a help.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Actually, it's a very good point. If you see the ground clearance, it's better than a sedan.
Right.
And being an SUV, in terms of the clearance, it allows you enough space between the body of the car and the tire. We have tried to keep the paint above the bumpers so that even though if you have to do a cleanup, it's an easy clean, easy wash. It gives you a great flexibility.
No, it looks good.
Thank you.
And in fact, you call this piano finish, right?
The chrome in the front is a piano finish. It has a little bit of black color in it.
Right.
So if you see a normal chrome, it's all shiny. For example, if you see the bow tie, it's shiny. But if you see the chrome on the top, it's subtle. It brings you that little bit of good image, the premium
black
image.
metal kind of.
Black metal, there you go. The sportiness of the car. You're absolutely right. So now that we have talked enough about the front fascia, let me try to show you what is inside the car. First of all, you saw the blink?
Yeah.
This is what we talk about, the human touch. It's almost like the car is trying to acknowledge that you're here. It's like a greeting, with the lights being flashed out. Once again, it also gives you the safety aspect because around the car, all the lights indicates the vehicle door has been opened. So if somebody is near the car, they know the car is going to be moved. So Sudeep, when you enter the car, the first thing which strikes you is the infotainment screen.
Right.
Now, you've been hearing about the bigger the better. Giving you a bigger screen doesn't mean it's practical. So we took a look at it and tried to look at the point of view from a driver,
Right.
where he would like to look at the screen with a glance and then go back to his driving direction. Now, in order for that to be very easy for the driver, we have given a portrait style of screen,
Right.
which is a 10.4 inches, big enough to see everything, bright enough to see in daylight. At the same time, there are big chunky buttons, so that the driver, when he's driving, he doesn't have to look around where to click on it. He can simply go and push the bigger icon. The steering wheel buttons, all your audio options and your cruise control options are over here.
Right.
Anything else has been given on the left-hand side of the vehicle or the right-hand side. So the driver does not get distracted while he's driving.
Clutter-free command.
Clutter-free, that's the right place to do it. So we have given you the basic options in the bottom.
Right.
You have the volume control, you have the home and the seating, the heated buttons. Apart from that, you have two USB slots. One for the fast charging, 5 volts, and the other one is the normal charging. And the right thing to do is give you a 12-volt adapter.
Right.
Generally, this one is a non-usable in today's market. A lot of people don't prefer to smoke in the car because the smell stays. So what we have given you is a secret adapter so you can use for your utilities. If you look at the stick, the auto shift, it's very simple. It has the normal drive functions and a sports function.
Right.
So whenever you are in a mood of let me go a little quicker than normal, and if you're on a drive, you can always shift to the sports mode, which makes your driving a little bit more peppier. It is more
The
upbeat.
RPMs go up.
You enjoy a little bit more when you're not bothered about the fuel efficiency.
Right.
Right now, today, we all use the maps for the traffic conditions, for the ease of navigation. I mean, Dubai is ever changing, right? So it becomes a very important part. So if you were to go for the Apple CarPlay,
Right.
for instance, it has Android Auto as well. I'm right now looking at Apple. If you were to look in the Apple CarPlay, and if I were to go to the map, you will see I can see furthermore than my mobile screen.
It does, and it's, again, it's much easier.
Now moving along from here to the driver center screen, once again, we thought about it keeping it very easy, clutter-free, if you say, and give you all the important information, like the heat gauge, the oil gauge, the fuel gauge, and the
Tire
speed,
pressure monitor.
tire pressure monitor, the speed, and the RPM. Keeping it simple. It's a screen, it's well lit up for the daytime and the dark time, and it's easier, the position of the screen, so that you don't keep moving your eyes up and down. It's just there on the dashboard, right in front of you. I have a small button over here which says AC Max. If I press that button, everything on the AC is going to go to the max.
Okay.
No outside air, the lowest temperature, the highest fan.
Right.
Driver is not distracted. One press of button.
One touch comfort.
It's comfort, exactly. Now, one thing which I would like to show you, which is a little bit of unique in this car, is a button over here called Auto Brake. If I'm in the traffic and I brake and I slow the car to a 0 kilometer stop, when I lift my pedal, usually the car goes in front. If I keep this button pressed on, the car will not move unless I don't press the accelerator.
The auto hold.
Auto hold, there you go. So that's the function which I really love in the traffic driving, because a lot of times what happens is sometimes when you're too tired and it's too much of traffic, you might miss out by leaving your foot off the pedal on the brake and the car might slide in. But this will make sure the car doesn't slide out. And then we have the electronic parking brake as usual, and that's it. It's simple, cup holders, nothing else. Not to forget to mention the amazing sunroof. It has a panoramic sunroof, gives you enough luxury in the sunlight in the winter to make you feel happy. Now let me show you the back side of the car. When we say 7 seats, it's not just for saying, it has a practical use. Now you will see the cargo space if I were to put down the 7 seats, but at the same time, if I were to use them, I have enough leg space For a good individual sit down, it allows you to split the seat for your cargo utilization. So it has, once again, the ergonomics of a practical vehicle. Now that we have seen the 7 seats in the back, to continue the styling cues, you'll see the tail lights are wrapped around. They have sequential lighting, beautiful chrome bow tie in the background, and we continue with the beautiful bumper in the back, giving you the proper SUV look, a little bit beefy, a little bit better, with the red line running across. Once again, the safety aspects come in the picture. A car driver who's lower can see that red line much easier in the night time.
And the roof rails.
Yes, no SUV is completed without a roof rails, because that's what gives you the SUV look. Now, all of the Captivas, they come with an 18-inch tire. Once again, we're thinking about the safety and the aspect of ground clearance. This will give you a better grip and an easy, comfortable drive. Moving along, you will see the styling cues across the car with the chrome garnishing in the bottom. Once again, giving the car the luxurious feel. The handle, which does not need the key control. It's a passive control, so when I walk towards the car acknowledges that I'm having the key with me, near me, and the car button is unlocked with this one. That's it.
It's all sounds and lights and Nice. Actually, all that you said is a complete bundle of value. Now that brings a question, like for example, Chevrolet SUVs have such a wide range. So at one end you have completely models that offer such premium feel and premium features, and there is another end where you get so much of premium feel again and features you don't expect, and yet at a price probably that is half of that. So such value, how does Chevrolet manage to offer that?
We try to look in terms of what is the customer is looking for. We do not want to marginalize on the safety features. At the same time, it should carry our DNA. The styling, the feel, as you mentioned, the premium feel of it, but not to outplay and make it more expensive. So we have carefully designed this vehicle with keeping in mind that with all the options I can provide, at the same time, this vehicle should be affordable to the customer, with keeping the features very much to the practical use. You will not find any feature in the car which is more of a gimmick. Oh, I can do this, but it has no use in the daily life.
When it comes to the collaborations and locations of manufacturing chosen by a brand, largely depends on the value or the affordability at which the prices can be set. So how is Chevrolet making use of it, and what is the going forward as well? What is the strategy that Chevrolet is using to provide this value?
Definitely. I mean, we are in a market which is right in the middle of a developed or an emerging market. Like the western part of the world is developed, markets like India are emerging, but we are in the middle of the transition. And when you think about a market so dynamic, especially driven by the expat demand, we always look about what are the options we can bring. So we have now reached out to one of the source plants where we can make this car, produce this car, and bring it to the market at a certain price point. Now, to your question, what is the strategy? Our strategy is to be able to offer vehicles at all prices, where we can have the customers at every stage of their life. Now for me, this one is more of a starter, a new family. When you get into the country, you have a new family, you want things to be very affordable. That's where we want you to feel the greatness of the Chevrolet brand with the safety features and everything which goes along with it. Now, if we were to go and look forward, and as you mentioned earlier, we have the premium SUVs, but at the same time, I don't want to miss out on someone who's new in the country, who's eager to drive, and who can have a good value at the spark.
I get you. And I think probably even the American brands, like choosing Thailand, China, India as their manufacturing bases, is probably leading a lot to making them even more competitive in this market, right?
I mean, if you look around the market, you'll find today, unlike before, vehicles coming from every part of the world.
Yeah, that's right.
And the concept has gone beyond now. It's all about what can we make at what place. It doesn't matter. It's about the product. What can we deliver?
That's true.
If we can pack the goodness of the good vehicle, it doesn't matter where it comes from, right? It's all about the Chevy quality and the Chevy brand.
I get the point, and great. Wonderful talking to you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for us.
Let us all, thank Ali for joining us today, and keeping my mouth shut and letting us hear from him.
Thank you very much, Sudeep. It was a
Pleasure.
pleasure. Thank you.